Hey, we're about to go live. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello. Welcome to my little paintbrush. I am Miss Sarah, and today we get to paint the cutest little koala live. And I'm so happy to be here with you today. This is our Valentine koala. So we hope you enjoy painting her or him with us. If you're using our paint kit, you have all your paint and you have a traced canvas, you're ready to go. If you aren't using our paint kit, you can go to our website and find the pattern there and trace it on. We have a couple brushes we're going to use today. We have a flat and a detail brush. You use what works for you. You're also going to need a jar of water. And a little friendly tip from me to you is I love to take my colors and spread them out on a palette or a plate and separate my white. Super important so we don't contaminate it all at once. So I highly suggest you do that. And remember as we are painting that we're here to have a good time. We are not comparing ourselves to anyone else but us, right? We're all unique. We all paint differently. So enjoy the process. Have a good time. Remember that you get to pause the video. I'm going to be working at a steady pace, but you don't have to go at my pace. I've painted this before. So take your time. Pause it, go back, and learn as you go. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to come here to my canvas so you can see it better. First thing we need to do is take our red brush here and put it in some water. And we're just going to loosen up the bristles. Okay, so always start by putting your brush in some water. Here's my paint, ready to go. Okay, and let's put our background in first. Our background is a nice light teal. And you can, of course, change this up. If you'd rather do your bear first, that's fine too. I'm going to start with my background. So I'm going to pull over some white here, mix a little bit with my teal. And I add a little bit of teal at a time. And that way, I'm saying teal, it's turquoise. Yeah, but we're going to make a nice light teal color. All right, but it's turquoise. So I'm going to mix until I get the shade I want, right? I didn't mix it all at once. You can if you want to, but I like to start with a little bit and build on it, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and just start painting around our image as best we can. If we accidentally paint inside our koala a little bit, that's okay. We're going to come back and paint some more over our koala and cover it right up. One thing we love about acrylics is, you know, we can always go back. We can always add a little more color, a little more paint, and it's just fun that way. So feel free to take your time. But if you're speedy and you accidentally paint inside there, that's all right. I do too. Okay. Now we're going to just brush in. I like to leave white streaks in mine as I go by just adding a little bit of white here on my brush, and then I just streak it in there. That's optional though. Don't feel like you have to do that. All right. Now I'm going to paint this other corner. One thing we love to do too here at my little paintbrush is called wrapping our canvas. So that's painting the sides of our canvas and the top and the bottom. Just reach down and reach up and paint those sides, and then it looks just so cute all the way around. So if you feel like doing that with me, go for it. All right, so I've got that corner done. And then we don't want to forget the very top. We have a top corner here. Easy to forget it. So reach up tall and let's paint that corner too. Okay. If you want to add a little bit of that glow to your canvas around your panda, just put a little white on the corner of your brush and follow that edge and see how it just adds that glow to your painting. Just kind of blend it in while your paint is wet. There we go. Super fun. Now I'm going to rinse my brush. Okay. Rinse it, rinse it. We're going to let that dry for a second. And we're going to paint our panda. Okay. Now save some turquoise because you want to paint the eyes. You can either do it now, but I like to paint my panda first. And so I'm going to pick up a little bit of black at a time to make my panda. One thing that's super important to remember is that black is so strong, it will just take over. So I always start with just a little bit at a time, okay? Just a little at a time here until I get the color I love. And your panda may be darker or lighter than mine. It just depends on the shade you prefer for your panda. So mix until you love it. You love the shade, okay? And then let's go ahead and start at the head. And when we are painting a circle ahead of something, we want to try and paint in the direction the head is going. So if we have a round head like this panda does, I'm going to try and paint in the shape of a rainbow or a circle motion. See that? Okay, and that's going to help our painting look round rather than flat. Okay, that's one thing I like to do. Now, as we get closer to our panda, we've got to slow it down. Or not to our panda, to our eyes. I can't talk. To the eyes on our panda. All right. We just finished a really fun class and my brain stalls sometimes after I've taught in the studio class. Every once in a while, my brain stalls. Okay, so we're going to paint all the way down to the nose. And when you get to those eyes, let's take it easy. I'm going to slow it way down and go around there. See that? As gently as I can. Okay, go all the way around that panda. I'm going to create a circle. Okay. We're going to paint inside those eyes in a minute. Right now, we just want to get this layer on. Make sure we fill in all the little gaps in our canvas or on our paper. Maybe you're painting on paper with me. And come around this one. Same thing. I'm just going to work my way around and slow it down around those eyes. Got to take our time. Okay. Blend in all the color, the different shades. There we go. It's looking good. I'm going to just keep coming down here. I'm going to go around the nose. All the way down to that cute chin. Now, if you try and go around the chin without picking up your brush, you're going to get a smooth edge. And this takes some practice. But it's something to try. So I'm going to try and go around without picking up my brush. All the way around to get that smooth edge on that chin. Make sure we get all the way up to the eyes and around. Okay. There we go. Well, we got it. Okay, once that head is all painted, we can go ahead and start painting the body. So I'm going to work my way down here. Go ahead and start painting that body on there. Same thing, I'm going to start at the top and try not to pick up my brush as I go around that edge. Okay. Gives me that clean line. Do it again here, all the way around. Follow that edge. And that little foot sticking up there. Okay. Now let's do our little arm and paws. Swerving around, giving up. You can just do a nice round paw if you want to, or you can add those little fingers like I'm doing there. I'm going to do a little bit here on this paw. All the way around there. Cute. Cute little paw just hanging on to her heart, right? So cute. All right. I like it. Now, here's a little extra. If you want to do a shadow, put some black on the corner of your brush and wipe it off like this. Okay? And then you can come right under that chin and brush in some dark shadows. Now this is an extra little touch. You don't have to do that. But if you want to, it's kind of fun. Usually we teach this in a step-up class, but it's fun to try new things sometimes. So if you're feeling up to it, you can add a little bit of dark there. Kind of cute, right? Okay. Make sure all of our paint is blended so nice, which I think it is. I think we're ready to rinse our brush. If you feel like you're ready, go ahead and rinse it out. I'm going to rinse that brush out. Okay. All right, I just need to blend my paint right there. Then I'm going to rinse it. I just noticed. There we go. Okay, let's rinse it out and pick our heart color while our cute koala is drying, okay? And I'm going to paint mine pink. And I'm going to get that pink by adding a little bit of red to my white. So I'm just going to start with a little bit because, again, red gets dark really fast. It easily contaminates our white. So I start with a little bit at a time until I get the shade I want. And I want a light pink. So I'm going to stick with this shade. Pretty light. And we're going to go ahead and just go right to this heart and start filling it in. Okay. And again, as you go around those edges, try to move your wrist without picking up your brush to get a smooth edge to that heart. Okay. Come up here. Bless me, I'm so sorry. Whoa, something got me. All right, we're going to come right up to those little paws. Paint around them very carefully. Especially if your paws are still wet. We got to be so careful there. Okay. Not to touch them and drag that paint into your cute pink. So if you need to wait just a minute and let that dry, go right ahead and do that, okay? All right, I'm going to work my way around here. Go around that little foot. There we go. Just fill it in. Nothing too complicated. We just have to make sure we slow down and take our time around those edges. Okay, now, oh, got a little drip there. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to come up here under the chin. Just come right around, filling in the pink. And that heart wraps right up next to that little hand. Or paw, I guess. It's not a hand, huh? Okay, wrap that around. There we go. Looks so good. And come around this one. There we go. And around. Okay. Now remember, as you are painting, that we're going to be outlining and adding a lot more to our painting. So don't stress the little things too much, okay? We are going to be building and building and building on our painting. So as we go, we'll add more and more to it. Now, if you want to add a little bit of a shadow under the chin, this is another little extra trick, but you can put a little bit of red on that corner of your brush, brush it off. Okay, see that on your plate? Just test it out. Face the red up and go right along that bottom edge underneath your chin. See that? And it gives it a darker shade of your pink and adds a shadow under there. See that? It's something to try if you want to. You can kind of use that shadow underneath the arm, anywhere that you think there might be one. It just adds a little extra touch to your painting. It's definitely not needed. It looks cute without it, so don't feel like you have to do this. I just like to teach little tricks as we go. I like to go along the edges sometimes just to finish off our heart. Just like that. It's kind of cute. Okay. All right. Looks good. Super cute. There we go. Now, before we rinse our brush, we're going to go up to our ears. And I'm going to add a little bit of pink inside my ear. Right up here. Okay. Let's fill that in. All the way around. Oh, cute. There we go. And again, you can add a little bit of that darker shade if you want to the inside of that ear as just an extra little touch. Isn't that cute? All right. Now we've got to rinse our brush. So as soon as you're done putting that pink on or whatever color you chose to use for your heart, we are going to rinse our brush out. Oh, it's blending in my color. There we go. Love it. Okay. Let's just make sure my edges are all done because this is all we're doing with our heart. We want to make sure before our glitter. Make sure it's all filled in. Okay, let's rinse that brush out. Really good. And our eyes should be dry. We should be ready for the next step. But we want to just make sure our brush is really clean. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is just get some white and make sure that the edges of my eyes are nice and round. So this is the part where if you accidentally painted inside the eyes of your koala, no big deal. You just put some white on your brush, go right around the edge of those eyes and fill it in. Super easy fix. And it brings, man, I have some pink on my brush. I'm just spreading that pink everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to come right around that edge and just fill it in, cover up any little gray I don't want in my eyes. So if you accidentally did that like Miss Sarah did, you can fix it. Okay, just like that. Perfect. We're going to let those dry. Now at this point, I'm going to switch brushes. I am now going to move to a smaller detail brush. It's just easier for me to paint inside my eyes with it. And I'm going to paint them turquoise. So I'm just going to get some turquoise here on my detail brush. Let's see, I'll start over here. And I'm just going to fill in that part of the eye. So we're going to go around that edge. There we go. Nice and gently. Okay. And remember, circles are tricky. You're just going to do your best, and that's good enough, okay? Good enough. Circles take so much time to learn. And I mean, every time I do a circle, it looks different. It's just one of those shapes in art that's super tricky. All right, so I'm going to go all the way around here. Fill it in. And the trick is to try and go all the way around without picking that brush up again to get a smooth. So you got to remember to try and paint with your wrist. And that's not always an easy thing to do. And that's just, you know, part of the learning process. Okay, so I'm going to make sure these are nice and covered. Make sure you like it. It's just the way you like it. Okay, now I'm rinsing my brush. And I'm going to go back to my flat brush, okay? Let's use our flat brush again. And I'm going to put some black on it. Just like this. Okay, just black. And remember, when we use black, it is easy for it to take over our painting. So start small and slow, okay? You can always add more black later. But we don't want our nose to take over, you know? And black just tends to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Yep, and that's all right. You're not the only one that's had that happen. I have it happen regularly. Okay, so I'm going to try and get that nose on there. All right, there we go. Okay, brush it in. Got that little nose. It's not a little nose. That's a big nose. Okay, let's do that in your eyes. And again, we're trying to do circles. Whew. Circles, guys. Circles are trickiness. Okay, so just take it easy. Take your time. Don't worry about it too much. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, we're going to do this one here. All the way around. And you see I'm trying to use my wrist as I spin my brush around. Okay. Really helps with painting to learn how to just use that wrist of yours. Helps a lot. But it's just one of those things that takes practice and time. Okay. I think I got it. How we feeling about our eyes, huh? Hopefully good. Hopefully you're just giving yourself a high five. I'm going to try and even mine out a little bit here. But usually what happens when we try to even them out is they just, get bigger. So, remember that. They tend to just get bigger and bigger. All right. I better stop messing with my eyes here. All right. All the way around. There we go. Might just have to call it good here. Love it. Okay. I'm going to have to put a little bit of blue on there. Even that out, huh? Okay. When that happens, all you got to do, get that blue on your brush again. I'm just going to come around. Just like that. Bring it back. No big deal. Okay. All right. Brush it out. Make sure our nose is on there. So cute, guys. Love it. Okay, let's rinse that brush out. Rinse it, rinse it. Make sure it's nice and clean. And we're going to set it down because we're actually going to be using our detail brush here for a minute. Okay, so I'm switching brushes to my little detail one. We're going to start at the top, do some outlining. Show you guys. And if we start at the top, we won't smear our paint, hopefully, right? That's the goal. So I'm going to start up here and outline my head. And come straight across like that. Okay, and then we'll outline the top of the ear. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here. We're going to come over, outline. Okay. And you can go all the way up or you can just outline a little bit. That is totally up to you. Okay, I'm just going to outline a little bit of the inside of my ear there. Now over here, we have a little bit sticking out there. Okay. And then I'm going to start up at the top and work my way around here. Just like that. Oh, we have sirens going. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Curve it a little bit at the top. So cute. Okay. All the way around here. Now I'm showing you how to outline this, but you can also float it with your brush. We have a lot of artists that love to float this part, and it's super cute. If you know what floating is, go for it. If not, keep watching our reels. I'm going to show our videos. I'll show you what floating is. Okay. And come around this side. All right, so floating, right now what we're doing is we're outlining. But if I wanted to float, I take my brush and put a little bit of black on the corner like that. Okay. just like when you did your shadow with me, and you're just gonna follow the edge with the black that way. See the difference? It's just slightly different. It blends a little bit into the paint rather than it being a line. So that's the difference. It has a slightly different look to it. So some artists like it better. It just depends. So if you want to try it, you can go for it. It's kind of fun. I prefer floating to outlining. It's easier for me. But again, it's a preference thing. So whatever works for you. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and outline down the body here to finish off our little koala. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to add the arms in. But first, let's do that belly right here. There we go. Now the arms, we're just going to curve it up a little bit slightly. Come out. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to add the paws by creating a rainbow shape for our little paws, like little fingers. Okay, now let's add an elbow. Okay, I'm going to come up here, curve down, create a little bit of an elbow shape there. See that? All right, now we've got to add our curve for the leg. So just curve around just like that, as if you're creating a rainbow. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then we'll add a little foot here as well, all the way around. And now we need some toes, right? Curve those little toes there. It's like that. Isn't that cute? Love it. All right, now the little paw over here, and start around and curve it like that. And then I start to curve each little paw as I go with that rainbow shape. Isn't that cute? This is just the cutest little koala. I love it. Just like that. Isn't that darling? Okay. So now that you have that, you can add a little bit of black to our heart if you want to, just so it really stands out a little more. So I like to come down and then up a little bit, let it fade out like that. But you're going to add some glitter if you want to this as well. So I'm not too worried, you know. But I think that's so cute. Now, once we're done with our outlining, you can really see that cute panda. We're going to go up now and put our eyelids and eyebrows on. I can't talk anymore. Oh, my brain's stalling. Okay, here we go. Let's put that eyelid on. Okay, we're just going to wrap it around the top of each eye. Just like that. Okay, just right around the top. You can thicken up those eyelids or you can keep them super thin. I saw both in today's classes. This is just a personal preference. So you decide what kind you want and whether it's a girl or a boy. Gotta decide that too, because we're going to put some lashes on here. Okay, I'm going to come around the top of this one. Just like that. Cute. Again, I'm just going to thicken up the top a little bit as I come around. There we go. Cute. I love it. Okay, now that our eyelid is on, we can have some fun and put those eyelashes on our cute koala, right? Okay, I had a little drip right there and I'm fixing it. I think we got it a little bit. All right, Now we have our eyelids. You guys ready for those eyelashes? It's kind of fun, huh? Okay. Trying to get, you probably can't see the water drip, but I have a water drip, and if I don't get it, it will just start going down my canvas. So if you ever get a little drip like that, make sure you grab it before it goes. It doesn't always show up on camera though, so you may not have seen it, hopefully. But if you did, now you know what to do. All right, so I'm going to put my lashes on now. And I love doing these lashes. They're so fun. Okay. So you're going to start here on the corner or wherever you want. I'm doing it on the corner of where my blue on my eye starts. And I just curve them up as I go. I'm going to do 3 of them. Just like that. And I need to help that one fade out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, now we'll go over to the other side, do the same thing. I'm going to start right at that corner and curve it. 1, 2, 1 more. 3. Cute. Okay, we got our little eyelashes going on. Now we need some eyebrows. So I'm going to come right up here above, do our eyebrows. Curve them up like a rainbow. Awesome. Okay, now we'll come over to the other side. Do the same thing. We're just going to curve. Oh, cute, right? It adds so much personality. Now we need to add a little smile. Do any kind of smile you want. I kind of have this little cheeky grin going on here. Like that. That's kind of cute. And then I add just a little bit of a curve on the end. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, now flip your brush around. Use the back of it, and you can just stamp little paws, or claws, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If you want to add little claws there to the back, or to the tip of your paws, use the back of your brush. It's a perfect little dot for those. Isn't that cute? Okay. Love it. Now, I'm going to rinse my brush. Rinse it, rinse it. And I'm going to put a reflection in my eye now. And I'm going to use the back of my brush to do it. So here we go. Dip it in that white. Get a chocolate chip. We're going to come to our eye and stamp that reflection. And you can do it as big as you want. Whichever size you want it to be. And then I'm going to do just a little dot on the other corner. Oh yeah, so dang cute. This is where we see our little image coming alive, huh? Just comes alive with it. So fun. Okay, wipe off your brush. Wipe it off on a napkin or something. Clean off the paint. All right, another fun thing I like to do is put little freckles with my pink or red dots. So you can come right up here above the nose and just kind of stamp these little freckles on there. And it's kind of random. I don't necessarily have a pattern, but you can do this however you want. But that just adds such a cute little touch. I love it. All right, let's do some highlighting real quick before we do our glitter. Now you can use a detail brush, right? Like this to do it, or you can use a flat brush. I'm going to use a flat brush, okay, because I like to float, but again, use a detail brush if you want. I'm just going to put a little bit of white on the corner like that of my brush, okay, to do my highlighting. So I'm going to come right around the edges, just like that. And float some white, and you can use that detail brush to do the same thing in the same spot. Okay, there we go. Floating just adds so much to our painting. It really brightens it up a ton. See that? So we like to float and just add a little bit of that light or outline it just to really finish it off. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little in the corner of this ear just to match it up with the other. And we're going to go to our nose now. And just float a little bit of white along our nose and along the bottom. Just like that. All right. There we go. Wanted that a little longer on that side. Okay. There we go. So cute. Okay. Okay, we'll get some on our nose. Then we're going to come here to the arms. Add some on our arm here. And a little touch on the corner of that paw, just around the top. And we're going to add some on the leg. There it is. A little bit on that foot. Okay. Perfect. Now we've got to just add a touch along the edge of our heart. A little bit over here and over here. Right? See how much that adds? And then if you want to, you can put a little under the eyes just to brighten them up. And I'm going to dust some pink. So my leftover pink here. Just going to put a tiny bit on my brush, just a little bit. And I'm just going to dust some rosy cheeks here underneath the white. Just dust it on there. And you can make these really dark if you want to. Mine are pretty light, right? You can make them darker for sure. Okay, you guys, we are almost done. I'm just going to rinse my brush really good and add the glitter. The glitter is just so much fun. It adds so much to our painting. So if you want to do that with me, I'm just loading my brush up with this fun glitter. And I think you have some. If you have our paint kit, you should have some glitter. It is just sparkle glitter paint. And we're going to just cover our heart with it. Okay, see that? Just love to just paint over it pretty quick. The more you add, the more glittery it will be. So it just depends on how much you want on there. We have artists that paint the whole thing. And the background, everything. They love the whole thing to just be covered. But one little tip, friendly reminder, don't paint over wet paint. Don't put that glitter over wet paint. It just smears it everywhere. So make sure your painting's dry before you put that glitter on, okay? But there we go. We have our glitter. Now I'm going to sign my name because we are proud of ourselves, right? As artists, we took a risk, we worked hard, and we put ourselves out there to create something that has never been created before by you. Be proud of it. I'm proud of you. Beautiful job. Beautiful. All right, you guys, thanks for painting with me. I hope you loved it as much as me. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe for more. We have more free videos coming your way. You can also follow us on Instagram, social media. We love our art community, so hope to see you there. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.